evolving as a creative learner. We all are creative professionals, and we are the testaments of the passion hypothesis. We've found something that we really like to do, and then now we've managed to get paid for it as well. But this creative flair that we have wasn't something we were just all born with and we winged it. This creative spirit was identified, cherished, and then we had consistently worked on honing this and forging it into a growing career capital. This is exactly what our AND learners are doing. It is just commendable to see the spirit and the courage that these people have to pursue their potential. But have you ever thought about what next? What would happen after you've gotten, the need for your job is fulfilled? What would happen after that? Where the constructs of academia are no longer there to scaffold your learning. Next slide. Drawing from my own experience of being a remote learner at IIAD, because we were the batch who had to move back to our homes, studying from our confines of your home in like the most important years, which are mostly culminating to the final growth of a designer. And in the same time, I was also a fresher, young professional starting out in the industry with my first job, that also remotely. And I know how it feels to be away from the cohort of designers, who you're so used to having around. They are your assets in a way. But you have to learn to operate without them. This is working, right? Oh, sorry. So now coming full circle, as a contributor in a module of AND Academy and also a mentor here with students. While working with Shiva sir and Prachi ma'am, I could see myself in the challenges of the learners here and how their journey, though starting a little differently than my journey did, how it has met mine. And I think the creative and the cognitive push that we get out of these pursuits that we do are our true reward as a creative. And the biggest mistake is to expect that all of these creative aspirations would be served to us in our jobs on a plate. But just like money, I think investing all of our professional expectations from a single job is not just foolish, but also sad. So here am I sharing some ways with you that you can maintain the capability acts to be sharp and keep growing as a creative learner. So, huge fan of mythology, me and my family. So, I think there should be one thing in your life, one little something that you do maybe once in a quarter, जिसकी फल की इच्छा नहीं है. You'd only do it as a duty of a learner. And then it could be a new hobby, it could be learning a new skill. There are so many open sources out there. Tools, repositories have been made by people, templates of what portfolio you want to build, what CV you want to make. Everything is available out there for you to leverage and start. Then, this is something that I've said very often to my mentors as well as my peers, that probably there's no single place जहाँ पे मेरी शक्तियों का सही इस्तेमाल हो रहा है मुझे feel होगा. Like the right use of my potential is being utilized. So, because I feel like jobs have a tendency to draw out those lines for us, that the similar thinking muscles would be used almost daily. But what happens different in side projects, the person projects that you could pick up, you can see what are the aspects you want to grow in, and then accordingly align yourself with those things that would push you to become a holistic designer. Then I think how you do, somebody told me this, how you do anything is the way you do everything. How you approach life seeps into the way you do your work. You can't compartmentalize your thoughts for work and life and life separately. Just thinking differently about ordinary things, challenging a routine, going a different way about it, questioning the obvious through really observing the super normal things around us. Why are doors rectangular and gutter holes round? Why? Just when we question things like and then we see all of these things questioned in fantasy. That's why we all like fantasy fiction films as well, where somebody just flew an entire house just with balloons, helium balloons. So yeah, those things sort of push us to think different. And then another point is that we need to have multiple people to align to talk to, and from different backgrounds and professions, by initiating intellectually stimulating conversations with them. We could have these multiple cohorts that either nurture us or challenge us into becoming a better individual. And then something that I have tried is that you just challenge something that is really close to a professional's opinion, and then there's where interesting conversations start coming in. And then lastly, I think we should not hold ourselves back and wait for the right time and the right place or the right gut feeling to do something. If you want to send that email to the big company that you really wanted to work with, send it. Make that portfolio that you dreamt of making, and then don't self-reject. Before somebody else has really seen something that you are capable of, you're only cutting down on things that you could do. So, push yourself, and maybe you'll find the parachute you didn't know you had. And then these pointers that I've shared today, I think are just give you an overall idea of the plan that you can make for your life after you've gone out from a professional education course. These things would keep building you, aging you as fine wine, and then building you as a professional. Because eventually, progress is better than perfection. Thank you. That's my point.